Bond 26 is an international action spy film created as the next chapter in the legendary James Bond franchise produced by EON Productions in collaboration with major British and European studios. The movie introduces a brand new era of 007 with a fresh actor taking on the role after the conclusion of Daniel Craig's timeline in No Time to Die. This new entry has been crafted to reboot the narrative while still maintaining the classic essence of espionage, high-stakes missions, emotional intensity, and world-scale danger. Directed by a filmmaker known for sharp storytelling and realistic spycraft, Bond 26 aims to redefine the character for modern audiences. It shifts tone toward a grounded but cinematic espionage thriller, focusing on complex political tensions, cyber warfare, artificial intelligence threats, and international conspiracies. The film is primarily shot across the United Kingdom, Italy, Morocco, and Japan, offering visually rich landscapes and diverse spy action environments. This version of James Bond is younger, more conflicted, and still early in his 00 career. The movie explores his transformation into the iconic agent we recognize, showing how he develops his ruthlessness, emotional restraint, and tactical brilliance. EON Productions positions this film as the beginning of a new trilogy that will rebuild the MI6 storyline from the ground up. The plot begins in London, where MI6 is undergoing rapid modernization as threats become more digital than physical. A powerful artificial intelligence network known as Horus, created by a European tech consortium, is hijacked by an unknown infiltrator who uses it to disrupt global communications, military satellite systems, and international banking networks. Governments across the world panic as chaos spreads through digital infrastructure. Meanwhile, James Bond is completing a covert mission in Istanbul, showcasing his raw talent but also his unpredictable behavior. When he returns to London, he is briefed by M on the crisis surrounding Horus. The infiltration appears to be directed by a shadow figure known only as Kestrel, a former intelligence strategist who vanished years ago after accusing world governments of manipulating global order for profit. Bond is assigned to track the stolen AI components, leading him first to Rome, where he encounters Valeria Knight, a brilliant cybersecurity expert with her own motivations connected to Horus. She becomes both an ally and an emotional complication for Bond, especially as her past involvement with Kestrel begins to unravel. The investigation leads Bond to Morocco, where a secret black market tech exchange is taking place in the deserts outside Marrakesh. In a tense negotiation and shootout, Bond discovers that Kestrel is assembling an independent global network capable of dismantling entire governments without firing a single bullet. The villain plans to force world leaders into submission by proving that digital systems can be destroyed at will. Bond and Valeria follow the final lead to Tokyo, where Kestrel's operation is hidden within an underground data fortress beneath the city's advanced infrastructure. Inside, Bond learns that Kestrel was once part of an MI6 think tank responsible for predictive intelligence programs. Feeling betrayed and discarded, he turned against every intelligence service in the world, believing only he can rebuild society from its ashes. The final act is a massive infiltration mission beneath Tokyo's neon-lit skyline. Bond must navigate a maze of security systems, automated drones, and AI-controlled defenses. Valeria hacks into the system remotely, but Kestrel intercepts her signal, putting her life in danger. Bond confronts Kestrel in a claustrophobic server chamber where the villain attempts to trigger a global blackout. In a brutal hand-to-hand fight, Bond shuts down the AI sequence and stops Kestrel before the world collapses into digital darkness. The film ends with Bond returning to MI6, now recognized as a more disciplined and reliable operative. M officially gives him the title and responsibility he is destined for, marking the birth of the next era of 007. Cast. This fictional Bond 26 includes a blend of new and returning characters from MI6. James Bond, 007, the new face of the franchise, younger and entering his early years as a 00 agent. M, the head of MI6, authoritative, strict, and guiding Bond through his evolution. Q, the genius behind MI6 technology, providing Bond with advanced gadgets and digital tools. Moneypenny, loyal, sharp, and essential to MI6 internal operations. Valeria Knight, a cybersecurity specialist who assists Bond and carries emotional depth in the story. Kestrel, the main antagonist, a former intelligence strategist turned rogue mastermind. Tariq Hassan, a Moroccan asset who provides Bond with crucial information. Minister Grey, a British government official tied to the Horus Project. Bond 26 is scheduled for an international theatrical release on November 6, 2027, aligning with traditional autumn releases for the Bond franchise and maximizing global attendance. The trailer opens with a panoramic shot of London under digital attack as screens flicker and communications fail. A voiceover from him speaks about a new age of warfare, highlighting how the enemy no longer uses bullets but code and algorithms. Quick flashes show Bond's Istanbul mission, a dramatic motorcycle chase through narrow streets, followed by his return to MI6. The trailer intensifies with shots of Rome's high-class criminal underworld, desert ambushes in Morocco, and neon-lit chases through Tokyo. Kestrel appears briefly, speaking about rebuilding the world through destruction. The trailer ends with Bond standing in a data chamber surrounded by collapsing systems, followed by the title appearing with the iconic Bond theme. If you enjoyed this full breakdown of Bond 26, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more detailed movie explanations, upcoming film insights, and complete storyline videos.